Yo! What's happening, everybody? Here it is, Too Much Fantasy Football. It's Brian and Brennen here to end the 2025 regular season. We're just post Black Monday here, and we got to talk about it. We got some stuff to chat about. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing better than some NFL head coaches, I would say.
We had several jobs lost. Not enough, if you ask some, but a good amount cleared out. We had a pretty fun week 18. You know, all the games mushed in there on Sunday, minus those other two. You know, a final kick to secure the season for an NFC North team. But all in all, not a bad day for football.
I was actually at the Rams-Cardinals game.
No kidding! Look at that,
Yeah.
Boots on the ground, folks. 37-20. That one was a nail biter. I see.
Yeah, no, they were 2-yard line, crazy. Make sure Matt Stafford gets the MVP because all I do is throw touchdowns.
It was interesting. We had a couple of games like that where you could see, like, all right, we're padding the stats here in week 18.
There's a little emphasis in something, yeah.
Just a little bit. But folks, we're here to go through all of these games, majority of the games, touch on everything that was relevant, and of course, all of the news to follow. Let's go ahead and start off with the NFC South, as Week 18 did. We had the Panthers playing the Bucks. The Bucks pulled it off 16-14. They're going into the playoffs. They got the win. Hold up. No, we had to go into Sunday. We had to wait for that bad boy, for the Falcons to force a three-way tie as they beat the Saints 19-17. And, of course, the three-way tie going to the Panthers. They made it to the playoffs. Todd Bowles still in Tampa as of this recording.
I think he stays. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But Atlanta said, we don't care if you finished 8-9. Morris, you are gone, and the GM is gone. So,
yeah, year two for Alfred Morris coming out of the Rams, and as you kind of talked about the DC for the Rams, could be a hot commodity here as we're looking for head coaches. So, does Morris go back home? I would love just to see the completion of that.
it makes sense. A lot of guys that get fired just go back to their place of where they came from. Like, Salah went back to San Francisco because it made sense. Like, he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't think there's no question of that. Just some guys just can't be head coaches.
Josh McDaniels, look at him. He has gone back with his tail between his legs three times.
Great OC. Terrible head coach.
Yeah, the Atlanta one, it's an interesting position there. I think there's some really highs as far as like the check marks that you would have when you're looking at these teams, and there's some pretty low lows. We were kind of talking about the quarterback situation there. Kirk Cousins, you were talking about the restructured deal. Looks like he's coming back.
Yeah, he's only going to make $2.5 million in 2026. I mean, I think you and I are both under the assumption that Penix is going to miss some time because he tore it a little late. It's his third ACL tear. It's now in his other knee. He had two in his, I think, left, and this is now his right. I'm under the impression that since they cleaned house, the new head coach and GM are going to want their own quarterback. So I don't know if Penix is the answer.
Yeah, no first-round pick this year. You would imagine they would be making a splash in the draft. But, yeah, Penix, this will be year 3 for Penix, right? Yeah, this was year 2 for this draft class. So he'll be going into year 3, still has several years on his deal. Kirk Cousins coming back. I don't know what kind of patchwork we're going to get. Does one guy get majority of the year? Is it a back and forth? Hopefully not, because Drake London, his ADP is going to be very volatile because of all of that.
And so could Kyle Pitts too. Like, if it's Kirk Cousins to start the year,
and they have to re-sign him because he's a free agent going into this year, isn't he?
I think they picked up his 5th-year option, right?
I don't think they did. I thought they declined it. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they declined it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they're a team that has they have some holes where you kind of have to sit there and look at what direction do you want to go in?
Is he I think he's a luxury. I mean, he was a luxury pick when they took him.
Oh yeah,
generational.
They've only taken luxury picks except for Penix.
God, they have this team. Granted, they hit on all the except for Penix, but all of those luxury.
I don't know if Pitts isn't a hit. That was a terrible pick. When you think about it, number 4 overall. I get it. He was supposed to be a generational tight end, but really,
he broke 1,000 yards as rookie. It's hard. Tight ends are difficult.
You hold on to that. That narrative will forever stay with Kyle Pitts.
It's a difficult problem with tight ends. A lot of those guys don't start blossoming until their second contract. Look, Njoku, Evan Ingram outside of his first year. A lot of these guys, it takes some time. So. I think I could sit on the fence there as far as that argument goes.
Fair.
What else? Yeah, Panthers. This is a team that is minus 69 on the season as far as the point differential. That means They don't even have a winning season, and teams they've played against scored 69 more points than they did on the season. This is this is a shit team. That's all.
I
It
just
really
take it
comes
as
down
their
to.
losses are bad and their wins are close. That's how I guess the only way I can look at that.
Yeah, when the Seahawks, I believe they're 160 points positive on the season.
Pretty good.
Drastic difference between these two. Let's head to the AFC North. We had some drama stewing up there on Sunday night. The Ravens, 8-9, lose to the 10-7 Steelers on the year. 24-26, a final field goal kick missed by Tyler Loop. Thoughts on that game?
I remember sitting there watching with my wife. I had no skin in the game. I did bet Pittsburgh +3, so I was just so excited that last missed kick. I was like, this is just going to end one way or another. I'm going to win my money. So that was great that I did that. And I couldn't believe that's how, because Lamar has always been attached to these choke jobs, and and it's just been, bad season after bad season. I remember there's a big Ravens fan that's on social media, and he played this loop video of every bad ending that he's been as a head coach since 2017. And then obviously hit him with the Harbaugh, who's got it better than us? Nobody, after each ending of those clips. It was great. I'm really surprised Harbaugh isn't fired. Isn't what I take from that.
Yeah, we're recording this Tuesday afternoon after Black Monday. He still has a job as of now. There's talk, there's speculation. Obviously, the media likes to where I guess we're kind of a part of that. Just speculating on this stuff, but you want to look into all avenues. There's the Lamar trade talk. There is just is Harbaugh ready to move on? I wouldn't hate to see it shake up, but at the same time, it's one of those grass is always greener situations. When we look back and be like, oh, cool, now we've got another franchise in disarray.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm more curious of if Tomlin would have lost, would he have lost his job?
That's the one I wanted to see.
I think that would have been more interesting. But he gets the win. He was exciting. He had the greatest quote of all time after the win too. It was about the uncle and aunt thing. I was dying when I saw that. I was like, all right, you should keep him around just for that quote.
So are you actually more excited to see the Steelers play in the playoffs or the Panthers?
I guess one final run for Aaron Rodgers, but I literally texted my group chat saying I think any team could win it besides the Panthers or Steelers this year. I was just
yeah, the AFC I think is a lot more wide open. I think that an NFC team probably should win this year. Just they seem like the better caliber teams. AFC has a lot of talent. I think the better teams are in the NFC though right now.
Yeah, Panthers playing the Rams. I know the Rams lost them the first time, and they're going back to Carolina where they lost. I can't see it happening again. And so, but the Steelers I could see beat the Texans. That's where I'm at with that, though.
I could see it, but do I want to? I guess honestly, I don't think either team deserves a shot to play in the. I don't know. I guess
mixed feelings.
Biased, mixed feeling. Let's go to the other side of the AFC North, where the Browns took down the Bengals. 2 defensive touchdowns in this game. And then, of course, Myles Garrett breaking the sack record. He passed Michael Strahan and TJ Watt. And, of course, Michael Strahan bringing up the fact that he did it in 1 extra game. So I love that those arguments are always going to exist. The game's always going to evolve.
Yeah, and the coin flip of that is that he did it in 300 less snaps.
Yep.
It was he did it in at almost under 500, and Michael Strahan did it in over 700. I was like, yeah, dude, I think it's a little more impressive when you do it on less attempts.
100%. 100 freaking percent. Zach Taylor gets to keep his job. Granted,
likes him.
He's still under contract, so they're not going to be like the Raiders paying 5 coaches a total of $50 million next year without even that new guy they've got to hire. But I digress. We'll get back to the Browns, where Kevin Stefanski is out as of this recording, too. I've saw the heavy favorite for the New York Giants job. Also seen him linked to the Titans and the Falcons. Yeah. Which one would you rather see him go to out of those 3?
I think New York. I would, non-biased, I guess, Tennessee. I think him and Cam Moore would be really special.
I think so, too. But I think you're putting him back into another situation where if Cam Ward isn't awesome, then they're going to struggle. because Cam Ward has to outweigh the fact that he has nothing but UDFAs catching the ball. And, the running game, Pollard's getting older. It's nothing special there at the running game. And the defense. Defense is old, man.
The Giants have more shiny toys, for
yes.
sure. Like,
they are more exciting.
Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, Jackson Dart, and the defense is
Theo
pretty
Johnson.
solid in the front seven. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I'm most excited for. I think that would be my top tier, but we'll get into that. AFC South, let's head there. Jags, they win the division. I believe, was that your pick?
Yeah, I think so.
I was going to say I had the Colts at 1 and the Jags at 2. But I want to say I thought I remembered you picking the Jags. So nice call there. Houston getting in as the wild card, and the Colts, they're keeping the gang back together. Folks, we try not to go down too far of these Colts rabbit holes, but give me your thoughts here as we're keeping Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen for another season.
I don't blame Irsay. Like, there's like you fire Steichen and then you fire Ballard. I would say then we are the worst landing spot you could possibly be for any GM head coach. That is not a desirable place I want to go. You're telling me I don't have a first round for 2 picks this year, and I don't even know who my quarterback is. You're telling me I have to basically force my hand into Daniel Jones or roll with this one exciting game with Riley Leonard playing well. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't blame Irsay for keeping both of them, but I definitely think after no more trading first round picks. That's well said.
Yeah, you have to put a lock on the 2027 picks. Like or the 2028 picks, you cannot touch those.
Yeah.
Those cannot be touched. Ballard, you keep your greasy fingers off those. But seriously. I mean, stupid press conference be damned. Like, because she did sound moronic there as far as just the whole. Now the level has been. Shut up! You're telling me that the level wasn't raised 4 months ago? Shut up! Yes, it was. You screwed up. You got screwed. I don't care about taking ownership there, but like it was a horrible press conference, man.
We've heard these sayings every single time. Chop wood, be better. It's my fault. I don't know. It's every terrible team has that.
Yeah, but I'm a completely, as a fan, as an NFL fan, as a Colts fan, I am completely fine with them rolling it back. I think they have to. That's just the hand they have because of the injuries. And Ballard shit the bed. You should have to sleep in it. Because like you said, this is not a sought-after job because of all the question marks. It could be, but let's roll the dice and hope that we can prove a lot of things positively going into this coming season, making it a better job where we can cut them next year, and then the new GM's only missing the active first-round pick. Maybe we have the ability to trade back, like whatever it is. But yeah, I 100% think that these guys need to sit in whatever the fuck they built for this year.
I agree.
Cool. Anything else to AFC South?
Nothing.
No. Jags might be one of my favorite teams here in the AFC as a division rival. I think I'm rooting for them out of this division.
Out of this division? Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess I have to pick the Jags, but I'm not picking the Texans. So.
Or I guess not division, the conference, sorry.
Oh, conference? Oh, I'm picking the Bills. I told you. I want the Bills to win just so the Chiefs fans can say you won it without us being there. And I know that'll be the biggest and the most funniest thing ever.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm sitting there watching a fight I'm not a part of, and that doesn't seem like fun.
I know. You get to sit there and just kind of eat popcorn on the side and
just,
both of you like, my team sucks. These teams are good.
Right. Speaking of teams that suck, let's get to the ones that are higher up on the draft board. Giants, they get a second win in a row back-to-back weeks. Sliding down the draft board. They were in contention last week for the number 1 pick, and now they're at 6. End of the day, it's not terrible. They have that pick, that they own it. They've got a quarterback in the future. They've got their pieces to build around. So not the worst thing in the world, but like that treasure chest of like.
You could have had more. You could have, if you had the number 1 overall pick, you could have, loaded up in the draft and continued on. Yeah. But again, like I think they I think they can compete next year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we said like the Giants are in the playoffs next year. Like we're really surprised if they hired Stefanski, they built around this offense with Dart, they brought back Jameis as the backup, and they rolled with it. I think they'd be a playoff team.
I 100% agree. I think there's some sort of. I saw some stat of like there's at least 2 teams picking in the top 10 every year that end up either making the playoffs or winning the division or something like that. And I think that this is one of the easier slam dunk picks if you're going to have to pick one here in the top 10.
I agree.
What else do we have? We got the Raiders. Talked about that. They get the number 1 overall pick. They will have their choice of quarterbacks if that's the choice they go. Of course, we had a quarterback get the Heisman this year, so that always Steams
Fernando.
that up quite a bit. Yeah, Fernando out of Indiana, which, hey, good for Indiana, winning
Yeah.
football games.
And their college football team is better than their pro team, which is always a good thing to say.
All right. Yeah, we didn't need
Yeah.
that. That was just unnecessary, just like paying, as we said, five coaches. Five coaches. Like, they're still paying John Gruden $10 million a year. And now they'll have to pay another coach. I think that this is an interesting situation with the whole Brady caveat just built into it.
Yeah, I think guys like him who are just perfectionists, I think are terrible at running organizations because they expect you to do what their idea is. Like I can never think of like guys like LeBron or Kobe could ever be good head coaches just because they expect you to know what they know, and that's just not the case.
I think that was something we saw kind of with Jordan when he was, owning the team.
The Hornet, yeah.
The more he tried to stick his hands into it, it seemed like the worse it got. And like, dude, you're the greatest of all time at what you do, but this isn't what you do, and you don't have to prove yourself here as doing that. Kind of we saw it with Magic Johnson too. He went in there and just screwed things up.
Yeah, no kidding. But as it sits right now, the number one overall pick is Fernando Mendoza at -450 and Dante Moore is +430.
Did you see that social media post that Dante Moore put out about going to the Jets?
I think that was fake, but yes, I did see that. I did. Yeah, it was fake. I did laugh at it though.
I was like, "There's no way newer generations are gonna have this like lack of tact to like be able to go pro."
I mean, NIL is so prevalent. Did you see what the Texas Tech quarterback got? $10 million and 1% of oil money? Like what, dude? Yeah. Screw going pro. You're getting oil money now? What?
Dude, this NIL thing's going to be south in about 4 years. We're going to have some serious issues. Like, we already kind of do, but, like,
yeah,
they're going to have to make serious changes, I feel like, in just a few years.
Going off topic on the NIL thing, I don't know if you saw what's going on with the college basketball sphere, how, like, a dude got drafted in the first round is now going back to Baylor. He's going to play. I think he played already this last week. There is no saint. There's nothing. It is free game across NIL. And the new head coach of LSU, Lane Kiffin, is going to expose it all apparently because he was given like $25 million extra each year to just spend on NIL money.
Yeah.
So
I still have some years of eligibility. Maybe I'll go back and play some basketball.
Right, dude.
I'll go ride a bench.
Yeah, seriously.
At some Division III school. Oh, God, that's wild. Absolutely wild. The Jets are getting the second overall pick. Aaron Glenn is staying. Looks like he's coming back for a second season. You have to.
First season ever, no interceptions. As a defensive coach.
Guy. A defensive coach. What the hell? I think they have to roll it back. I think it would be stupid to one and done him again.
Yeah.
Because you need to build some sort of continuity.
You set a bad precedent when you keep doing this. It's like,
that's the
issue. Job safe after one bad season. Like, and was it his fault? No. Like, but you got to give him something to build. Like, Justin Fields is going to get cut. They're going to take a quarterback number 2. I think it's going to be Dante Moore. He'll go 2 overall. So I think they'll be in a better spot.
Yeah, I think there's an argument that Aaron Glenn didn't add to the team this year, but I don't think he took anything away. Outside of his press conferences, those are horrendous. He's got to freaking fix that. Get a PR person, dude.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, I don't think he hurt you more than. I don't think that outweighed what he didn't help you. So like, roll it back, give him another shot. He's a brand new head coach. Of course, he's not going to be great at the job right off the bat. Not everybody catches fire like that. And with that roster, how would you imagine him to? Traded away the 2 best defensive pieces.
Garrett Wilson was your leading receiver, and he stopped playing week 7.
Oh, God, that one hurt.
Week 8, 395 yards, led the team in receiving. That's pretty bad.
That's so ugly. That's so ugly. Jets fans, man, I give it to you. We're granted, Colts fans have had it rough for a few years after expectations.
No, we are nowhere near. Like Jets fans would trade places with us in a heartbeat.
That's I didn't want to oversell how bad it's been for us lately, but like overall. We've only whiffed once up there.
And they have their first round pick for the next 2 years, so they should definitely fix their shit.
Yeah, no kidding. 5 picks. I can't wait to play them in Madden. What else do we have here? We got the Lions bullying up on Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson may be the division winner, but we know who the big brother is in the division. The Lions take it down. Dan Campbell lost his mind, but he didn't lose his job.
He didn't. I don't think. Yeah, I'd have been really shocked if he got fired. He needs to go find his next OC very quickly because that's what's going to make this offense work, man. Like, if he doesn't find a good offensive coordinator next year, we will be talking about it this time next year how he is fired.
Because they've got one of the big talks this past offseason, they lost their center to retirement. They got two guys right now, two offensive linemen that are considering retirement. Looks like Dan Skipper almost 100% is the other guy. I'm trying to remember his name. But like that would be a detriment to this offense. Yet again, losing two more pieces.
I will give credit. Their GM can definitely draft. He knows how to draft well. And like he definitely needs to hit it well in this draft and this offseason to make it better.
Unfortunately, they're picking a little bit higher than they have. Well, I guess that's not 100% true. They still took a lot of those guys. Took them kind of high. What else do we have here? We have the Pats and the Rams. We talked about that. Them putting the exclamation point on their MVP race for Drake May and Matthew Stafford. If you had to pick one, who's your MVP?
I mean, I'd pick Stafford.
I would
but they won't. I don't think they pick him just because I don't think they're going to give it to a guy who got a wild card spot.
That's some booty, though. That's like, if that's your argument for it, it's absolutely ridiculous. Give it to Bo Nix then. He got the number 1 spot in the AFC.
I'm trying to look right now. The NFL MVP odds for this year, it looks like Stafford's favored, but not by a lot. It's -175. Drake May's +140. So like,
I think it should be close, sure, because there's an argument for both sides. But I think Stafford played overall.
If there's every year for co-MVP,
sure. Even though Josh Allen should have won co-MVP last year because Lamar was the MVP, but
I think Lamar should have been MVP last year. There's no debate for me with that one.
Nope, not at all. The Rams are going to get the 5 seed. We got to see the Seahawks grab that number 1 seed, and the Niners coming in at the 6th seed.
7th. No, yes, 6th.
No, Packers are 7. Yeah,
that's right, because San Francisco's playing Eagles. Yeah,
and then Arizona. Gannon out. Him and Steichen, they both got promoted the same year after that first Super Bowl from the Eagles, and the defensive guy, he lost out. Didn't make it.
Yeah, that's a spot I think it's pretty undesirable to you as a head coach. I feel like is like you're going there and I guess I'd be asking as the interview, I'd be like, so is Kyler staying or no? What are we doing here?
I've seen a lot of grumblings that this was their choice of like, all right, let's see if we can fix it with Kyler next year and get rid of Gannon, because I think it's easier to replace a head coach than it is quarterback right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's weird because I just saw a post because like Kyler was like, I'd go to war with you any day with Gannon. So I don't know if there's animosity between them. It didn't sound like it from his post. Could be faking it for all I know, but
yeah. At the same time, I don't think Gannon doesn't offer anything to help Kyler either. Just like you're a defensive guy for the offense. It's just that team needs an offensive leader, unfortunately, for half the applicants. Seahawks, of course, number 1 seed, looking good. We got the Chiefs picking in the top 10. They are picking at number 9. So we have Patrick Mahomes getting a pick at 9, Joe Burrow at 10, and Baltimore's at 14.
If you ever, it's a good year to reload, I guess, because you have your quarterback figured out. Like every fantasy like dynasty guy is just like Jeremiah Love, Chiefs penciled in. I just don't think that's actually going to happen. I think they go I think they go offensive line. I think they fix that. They
build their team the right way far as like that would be a great pick, but let's go ahead and do this instead. I agree with you. If they were like this team's getting older, they need to start moving into a different direction, and that includes stocking up your line, fill the trenches, build Patrick Mahomes a dynasty to go. Brady did it. Brady did, 3 right off the bat at the very beginning, and then he didn't go win another Super Bowl for a decade?
Yeah, like almost a decade, yeah.
And so, like, I think that's what Kansas City needs to go into. They need to start building
everything up from the ground up, yeah.
Well, 100%. So, same with Cincinnati. They need to take an offensive lineman as well.
They need to
Joe
take an
Burrow.
offensive lineman every pick, and then
They
D line.
need,
They just go O line, D line. They just need to rotate between those two.
yeah, Joe Burrow. You should request a trade the night after night one of the draft if they don't take an offensive lineman.
Yeah, don't take a project player either because those
No,
guys don't like you.
dude, Shamar Stewart was
Fuck,
so
man.
shitty. Oh, so crappy. Top 10 of the draft though. It is Vegas, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Browns, Commanders. We got Saints, Chiefs, and Bengals. Colts, they pick at 16. Oh, wait, no. The Jets pick at 16.
We do not.
Atlanta picks at 13. Oh, wait, no, the Rams pick at 13.
I'm very curious what the Rams do at the draft night. I think they go O-line as well. I think Stafford runs it back one more year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because Devontae Adams has another year in him.
I think they ride off in the sunset together.
That'd be dope. Dope. Let's talk about the head coaching jobs before we get out of here. So we got Vegas open. We've got Arizona. We've got Atlanta, Cleveland, New York Giants, Tennessee, and that's it. Rank those for me.
I think the Giants are one. I think that would be, if I had to pick, I think they're one for me. Trying to think, like, what do I like more? I think Vegas is two.
Interesting.
I think you have Bowers, you have Genty. I mean, you have some pieces there you kind of like. You have some cap to spend. I'm trying to think of like who I hate more. Like Tennessee, I feel like you have Cam Ward. Atlanta, I'd put Atlanta before Tennessee. I'll say Atlanta. I think Atlanta has better pieces, and then Tennessee, and then Cardinals last. I don't know if did I miss anybody there? No, I think Cardinals would be last for me. No, Cleveland. I think Cleveland and Cardinals.
Oh man, I've got Cleveland in. I guess okay. I'd have to tier mine. I would definitely go Giants at number one. They would be number one, top tier. My tier two, I think it's Atlanta and Cleveland.
You got to explain that one to me with Cleveland, just because the Deshaun Watson contract. You have Shador, you have Dylan Gabriel. I don't know if you draft another quarterback. I just genuinely don't. What are you doing?
It looks like you do have one more year. You're stuck with the Deshaun Watson contract after next year. I think they'll be able to finally be alleviated of that. It is you are in a pickle because you kind of have to run it back with Shador and Gabriel. But I don't know. You get a little veteran presence there. The defense is great.
Oh yeah, the defense is phenomenal.
They've got 2 first-round picks this year, so they could turn it around pretty quickly. I feel like
they're a team that I would spend on the luxury picks. Like I would go the wide receiver and then the next year I'd go try to fix the quarterback situation. So like I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Carnell Tate from Ohio State in their early picks, and then they add more to the defense. Or O-line, actually. They need O-line. We've talked about this.
Yeah, I think you would have to go into this knowing that you're going to take some lumps your first year in Cleveland, but they're pretty well set up to go into 2027, potentially have their solution at quarterback. All the other pieces, FFAN looks great. You've got the 1-2 punch at running back. Offensive line, they've got to beef up, but the defense is there. Like you've got everything you need with the defense. Those guys are in their prime for another couple more years, so it's just enticing. And then it's the Falcons are just kind of the other side of that coin. Like they've got their running back figured out, the wide receiver, potentially the tight end if they re-sign it. The offensive line, I believe, is top 8 this season. The defense looks great. They hit on those 2 wide. You don't have a first round pick, but you hit on both those edge rushers last year. That's a big position that you really want to go after. We would know we're Colts fans. We still can't hit on the edge rusher.
Nope.
And then for me, after that, I would think it would go Vegas and Tennessee, and then Cardinals would be the last one. Because Vegas is interesting. You do have your stud piece in Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. You potentially have your solution at quarterback. They're going to have to trade away Max Crosby to get some more, weapons in the hole to beef up that defense. And your offensive line is shit. So that one really worries me there. And Tennessee, I saw enough from Cam Ward that I'm excited for year 2 and year 3. I think with the right coach behind there, given a good offensive coach, I think we could see something out of Cam Ward.
No, I just depends on who the guy is going to be at the helm calling it for him.
Yeah.
Like, I nothing against Matt Nagy. I just don't know if that like really excites me. I think he could help for sure. I think he'll definitely be an improvement, but is it like, does it take you over the hump? I think they're a team that like, does Calvin Ridley come back? Like you gotta hit in the wide receiver room. You gotta hit in the O line. Like they're a team that just has a lot of, I wouldn't say question marks, but like you've got some areas that you really need to improve to make it just something better.
And unlike the Raiders who have Max Crosby that they can sell, they've got extra assets that they can do. Tennessee really doesn't have a situation where they have assets to trade away to get future stuff. So that's the big issue there. But it does seem like they might have the quarterback figured out potentially.
Yeah, because like I want to keep Jeffrey Simmons. He's a good player. Yeah. Like I don't want to gamble on try to get something. Or he might be Jeffrey Simmons. No, I'd rather keep the guy and he's good. So
because they can't get in shootouts, the Raiders potentially couldn't get in shootouts with the pieces they have there.
Yeah,
because Jack Besh, we saw a little bit from him, so like you do have potential, wide receiver options there. They spent a second-round pick, man. So did I in Dynasty.
Put Trey Tucker in the slot. Stop putting him outside. It's just weird. He's 5'9". He's not an X right? or a Y.
Blown away when I learned Trey Tucker's height. Blown away. I would have swore he was 6'2" because of the way they utilize him.
Yeah.
Stupid.
My final thing for you is the Commanders fired Kingsbury. I think he's going to interview for some head coaching jobs as he goes to Thailand for a month. So the Commanders now have to find another OC, and then I think Kingsbury goes. I want to call my shot. I think Kingsbury goes to the Titans. I think the Titans can make a call there.
That's the one. I think that he would be the most fun there because I think that he wouldn't need as much as some other coaches. Like he could get it done with
he can make it work with what they got
with their day 3 guys, their UDFAs. Mm-hmm. Like look what he gave us another year out of Debo, which
gave us games for Marcus Mariota.
Absolutely. And Cam Ward, we saw him more willing to run these last few games. Not that that's ever been a big part of his game, but like if we can add just an Aaron Rodgers worth of mobility to the guy,
he like you just scramble for like a couple times to get a first down. Like I'm not saying 40, 50 yards, but 20 yards, please.
Or just even being like a big part of his game is the big bomb downfield. You need to be able to make time for those guys to get down there. So if you can add an extra second and a half onto how long they have to streak down there, dude, you're going to make some money for us. Longest passes, we're going to hit on those all year next year. I hope. And then Miami's GM, it looks like we are keeping McDaniel down there.
That's my preference.
Same. And I don't think they have they've got an old defense. They're going to repair that. But like you got a couple of the key pieces you need. You've got Waddle there. You've got HN.
Waller's coming back for another season, I guess. And like he wasn't bad when he played. Like let's just be honest. Like he actually was really good. So
this is true. Points per game basis. Darren Waller crushed it this year.
Yeah. So and then I don't know if you saw, but Tua said he said he wouldn't mind having to change the scenery. So I think that breakup's coming.
I bet he's ready to move.
Yeah,
just swap him and Kyler.
It's funny. I thought that as like a crackhead conspiracy theory. Like I want to just swap them. I mean, I'm sure their contracts are pretty identical.
Yeah. I think that McDaniel would absolutely love to have a guy, to
like Kyler.
Oh yeah, be able to move a little bit, and then Arizona would love to.
I guess rebuild. I guess you just say you're rebuilding. Like the
fact that you're rebuilding though with Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride is just it's insulting to their careers.
Is Michael Wilson a free agent?
No, he'll be going into year 4.
Okay, because I was gonna say, boy, is he gonna get paid?
Yeah, he just missed out on that big payday.
Yeah,
so we don't have crap for wide receivers hitting free agency
unless
George Pickens. Does he?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Well, dude, does he hit free agency?
Yeah, you franchise tag Alec Pierce. You franchise tag George Pickens, but you don't franchise tag Alec Pierce. That's just weird.
Do we extend him because we trade/cut Michael Pittman?
I think Pittman's contract gets restructured, and I hope they just cut Zaire Franklin. Not fantasy football related, but God, I just hope they cut him.
Cut him.
Please. So bad.
So bad. Yeah, I think that he's kind of a given for the cut there. Nice.
I guess my final question for you is, who is the biggest ADP riser and faller for you so far, like going into next season?
Biggest riser and faller.
I can give you mine.
Yeah, give it to me.
I think Malik Neighbors is going to fall. He's still in a crutch. I don't know if you saw that. Kind of scary.
I did.
A little weird.
I got quite a bit of him this past offseason in Dynasty, and I'm probably going to see if I can quietly, in about a month after this news kind of slips under the rug, see if I can move him around.
And then Riser's my boy, Chris Olave. I think he's going to be he'll be very interested where he goes. I think he'll be right around 12 and 13, if I'd imagine, if Tyler Shuck is still quarterback, which I think he will be.
Which I'm going to be out on him at then. His biggest appeal was his price. Like, I want him closer to like 16, I think feels safer.
I want him closer to like 20, really, if you're asking me, honestly. Like,
hey, we're talking about risers, and we're talking about my boys. Let's just talk about Christian Watson. Come on, man. Tucker Kraft coming off the ACL. He'll be the guy. Romeo Dobbs hitting free agency. Christian Watson, man. Come on.
I've seen this story too many times. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
This story's good. He wasn't. You weren't talking about him not even playing this season. And what did he do?
That is true. He did. That was shocking. He did play. And I got to remind myself, ACL and Achilles tears aren't as like what they used to be growing up for you and I. But I just
my 0% best ball share is so much how much I believed it too.
Exactly.
I was even like, when it came time for waiver wire, I was like, all right, well, we got to talk about him on waiver wire, but there's no way he's going to be anything. Sure as hell was.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, man. All righty. Folks, next up, we've got fantasy awards coming your way. We're going to be going through, this guy, that guy, those guys, these guys, all the guys. And then, of course, playoff predictions. We got to hit that on the people next time as well. You got anything else for everybody?
I got nothing. Actually, I forgot to say I'm sad my eliminator pick shit the bed week 18 and picked the Bengals.
I forgot. I remembered during the game. I was like, I'll text him after because I'm sure they'll end up getting it back. I forgot about that.
That hurt.
That's too funny. Almost. It's okay. We'll make it through next year.
Yep.
No more ties.
Yeah, no more ties. Week 18's got to matter for something, man.
God, we need something. What we need, folks, we need you to hit the like, subscribe here if you're here on YouTube, or hit us with a follow over there on the Apple. Hit us with a review. Thanks for listening. More off-season content coming all year round. Thanks for listening.
Jesus.